Shalom, viewer. My name is Arya Benasik of the New Covenant Congregation of Israel, Charlotte Tabernacle Elohim. We're located at 7631 Sharon Lakes Road, Suite E, Charlotte, North Carolina. We're in a series, and we are covering part two of the priesthood. This particular segment, okay, is called the priesthood compensation. Last week, we spent about 50 minutes looking at the definition of priest, the order of the priest. We looked at a civil construct for the priests, those who were elected perhaps by the community. We saw that Egypt had a priest, the priest of On. We see that, Asia Minor had a priest, the priest of Jupiter. You also had the Philistines that had a priest, a Dagonian priest. And we saw Jethro, Midianite priest. We saw Melchizedek, the priest of the Most High that lived in the land of Canaan. Okay, and so what we really wanted to do was to show you that there has always been a civil construct or structure for a priesthood. And then we took it a step further to show you a patriarchal priesthood. And the patriarchal priesthood, when we look at Noah, who offered sacrifices on behalf of his family, and we'll look at Job, who offered up on behalf of his family, interceding and mediating. We looked at Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as well. Okay, so this is what we see with the priest. I'll read the secular definition for priest. Among true worshipers of Yah before the formation of the Christian congregation, priests officially represented God to the people they served, instructing them about God and His laws. In turn, they represented the people before God, offering sacrifices as well as interceding and pleading for the people. The Hebrew term translated priest is kohen, Greek hyrios. Insight to the scriptures, okay? The reason why we're having this discussion is because we want you to understand what a priest is according to the Bible, not according to tradition, not according to interpretation, thoughts, feelings, not according to what someone has communicated to you, but according to what's written in the Bible. We will state, and they're very adamant, and that is Tabernacle Elohim in Charlotte, North Carolina, that there is only one priest during this period, and that is Yeshua the Anointed. We do realize that there are many others who say that they are priests. Let me give you an example. If we can get a shot of this here. You have here an Orthodox priest, okay? He carries the title as priest, all right? So here you have an Orthodox priest, okay, of Christianity. And we have what everybody's familiar with. This is your Catholic priest, all right? Your Orthodox priest and your Catholic priest, what they do is they intercede on your behalf. They mediate on your behalf, okay? I don't know what sacrifices they are offering up on your behalf, but, I would imagine they are taking your money, and we're going to talk about that in this segment, okay? And then, of course, down here on the left, we have what we have in our community, an Israelite priest, okay? An Israelite priest. And then, of course, we have, guess who? The proverbial good doctor, reverend, pastor, bishop, right? They generally don't call themselves priests, okay? But they essentially carry a role in honor of Yeshua, or whom you call Jesus. These right here represent the so-called priestly class of today. And what we're doing, everybody, if we can just back up and just get a full shot, okay? And what we're doing, everyone, is we are taking issue with all four today, okay? And I'll show you why we're going to take issue with all four. Did the Most High establish these people as priests? Or have they established themselves as priests by going into the Bible and extracting and infringing upon things that they should not? Well, we're going to confirm that in our series, our 5 or 6 part series, okay? All right. Let's go ahead and get into the compensation of the Levites. Let's pick it up at Numbers chapter 35. We're going to go to Numbers chapter 35, verse 1 through 8. Numbers 35, 1 through 8. Let's see what the Levites and the priests and so forth receives. Numbers chapter 35, and I'll pick it up at verse 1 through 8. Again, our program is not used to offend or to pick on anyone. And guys, the only thing that we want to do is we want to be able to have an understanding if our practices of the world today, if they are biblical or if they are traditional with paganistic views. That's all we want to do. Give us a call at 704-553-7625. All right, Numbers chapter 35, I'll pick it up at verse 1. It says here, "And Yah spoken to Moshe in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession cities to dwell in. And you shall give also unto the Levites suburbs for the cities round about them. And the cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle." So now, the Levites, by commandment of the Most High, they're going to receive cities, okay, suburbs, areas where they can keep their cattle and their good and their lamb and livestock and different things of that nature. "And the cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle and for their goods and for all their beasts. And the suburbs of the cities which you shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city and outward 1,000 cubits round about." If you listen to last week's program, what we did was we saw the Most High make a covenant with the sons of Israel, everybody. And the sons of Israel said, "Yah, all that you have said, we will do and be obedient." But Yah says, okay, these people are not going to be able to keep my commandments without sinning. So there has to be a propitiation for iniquity, a covering for iniquity. We see that all along. Job was sacrificing before the Levitical order, before the wilderness, before the temple was established. And he was sacrificing to propitiate for his household, okay? So the Most High is now going to establish a priestly order, a priestly structure. He's going to establish that. And their job will be to propitiate man's iniquity at the tabernacle that he commanded to be built. So we see now the Most High is going to give them cities to dwell in, things of that nature. What else do they receive? Let's go to Numbers 18. Numbers 18, and I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. And it reads, "And Yah said unto Aaron, You and your sons and your father's house with you shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and you and your sons with you shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood." Remember, the priesthood is only established amongst Aharon and his sons, nobody else. The Levites are those that work for Aharon, okay? So the priestly class came from amongst Levites, but one particular Levite named Aharon. And the priestly class, okay,